Hey, today I want to talk about the International. So tickets came out for sale, so anyone could buy them, and were sold out in an hour. I think was it about an hour that they were completely sold out, as to be expected. It's going to be in the Key Arena, which is a fairly big place, so it's kind of nice that they moved from the very small previous area that was amazing. Okay, it was the I can't remember exactly the name of the place, but they moved to a bigger place. That's good because the Dota community since last year, since Dota was released, is I don't know, tripled in size or so, maybe just doubled in size from 3 million to 6 million. Where are we right now? 8 million, something like that. So yeah, it's important that they did that, and still the tickets were sold very quickly. My chair creaks. And this year, I really wanted to go. I've been playing Dota for 9 years, okay, over 9 years. I've been part of the community for a very long time. I know a lot of people. I've cast a lot of stuff. I've done my share of Dota videos. Some of them, serious and pretty good, and some of them incredibly stupid and also very popular. Because the stupider it is, the more popular it is, because that's how it works on the internet, sadly. But yeah, I've done my share, and I love Dota, and it's always going to be a part of my life. It's an absolute blast of a game, and I'm never really going to stop playing it. I highly doubt that there'll be a period in my life where I just don't go back to Dota. Highly doubt that. I love this game, and one of the travesties of my time with Dota, stop creaking chair, is that I've never been to an actual proper LAN event, to any proper Dota event. I've never been to one because I live in Israel, and it kind of sucks being here. So this year, as I move further away from Dota and more into other things, specifically game design and making games, I'm going to be less and less relevant to the Dota world, okay? I haven't cast in a very long time, though I'll do it if there'll be something to cast that needs my help, that isn't too time consuming, but I'm moving further and further away from it, and I really wanted to attend, at least this year, the biggest event there is, the International, and I thought about it quite a lot, and I wanted to go. I wanted to go, even though I knew it's going to be a very high cost, because I'm from Israel, it's in the US, it's far away, okay? And I wanted to go, and I knew that tickets, I'm talking about plane tickets, strictly. In terms of tickets to the event itself, if I'll go, I'll probably have a press pass, since I know people, and I'll probably hook up with Gosu Gamers and help them out, as I've worked with Gosu Gamers in the past quite a lot, so I'll probably have a press pass. I'm not really talking about getting tickets for the event itself. I'm talking about the cost of a plane ticket, and it costs a lot. In most standard cases, it costs about $1,000 from Israel to the U.S., which is a lot of money, but I was prepared to stomach that cost, because it's a one-time thing. It'll probably never happen again, and Again, this is the last year where I'm relevant, and even though it's a really steep cost, I do have some savings that I could pull and go, and it's worth it. It's worth it. And then the announcement came of the times for when the International would be. The time is mid-July, which is the vacation season in the entire world, which is the time where everybody flies, and plane tickets go from being very, very costly to being there. And I looked up I talked to some people and tried to see if I could get a press pass and stuff, and I decided I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do it, even if it was alone, because originally I wanted to go with a friend, but he doesn't have the money for it, and it's not really worth it for him because he hasn't been playing for 9 years. I said I'll go even if it's alone, even though, it's not the most wonderful thing to fly all the way half across the world in order to, alone. To do that alone is not the most amazing thing. But I said, I'm going to do it. And then I look at the plane ticket prices. In mid-July, the worst season to travel in the entire world. And the lowest price point of anything was $1,600. And that was one thing with one flight. Everything other than that was about $100. Okay, it was almost double the price that I was willing to pay, and really it was almost the entire price that I expected the entire trip to cost. Because I have to stay somewhere. I'll probably have to go to a hotel, which costs a ton of money and sucks. But I also have to pay for food, and it'll cost a lot of money. Traveling costs a lot of money. and staying there for about a week costs a lot of money. I was willing to stomach somewhere along the lines a little bit below $2,000 for this event. It's a huge sum of money that I hate spending money, and I'm not a person who does that, but just the plane ticket would cost me that amount. Just the plane ticket would cost me that amount. And that's just not something that I could do right now. That is too much. It really is too much. And that's something that I feel bad about, but there's nothing I can do about it. Okay? I'm not going to ask for people for money, and I'm not going to take a loan, and I'm not going to it's not up to that. It's not worth that money. It's just not, it's too much. It really is too much. And the biggest problem I think here is that, you know what, I understand that it has to be in the US, even though the US is the smallest community. If we consider the three communities, we can consider Asia, Europe, and America. We have America, the smallest one, Europe, the biggest one, and Asia, the middle one. So it makes the most sense to put it in Europe, which is the middle of the world, and then everybody else could come into Europe. It makes the most sense. But Valve is a company that's found in the US, so it's more comfortable to them to arrange everything at the US. That's completely understandable. But at least they could consider the fact that this is an international event. It's in the name. It's the International, isn't it? So mid-July, when you know people from around the world want to go there, mid-July is the worst possible time to travel. And that's just a goddamn travesty. You know, it was in mid-August. And mid-August is way better. I could find plane tickets mid-August for about $1,200. That's $600 difference. And $600 is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Okay? And that's it. It's just that. It really is just that. And it feels really, really, really bad. And I wish they would consider the fact that it's an international event a little bit more so. I've agreed with it. You know, there's nothing I can do about it, and that's the way it is. I'm not going to go to the International this year, or probably any year. I don't know where I'll be next year. I don't know where I'll be the year after that, but it's probably going to be less and less relevant for me to show to these events, at least in terms of press. I'm talking about mostly in press. Maybe I'll go as just a spectator, which is awesome in its own right, don't get me wrong, but you know, being press is different, and being able to help people and know the scene to such a level is something very different. And in a year, I'll probably not know as much of the scene and of professional play as I do now, as I still do now. So it's kind of disheartening. It's kind of lame. It's kind of sad, but that's just how it is, and there's nothing I can do about it for the 15th time. And that's it. I'm gonna be watching it from here. I'm gonna be in my freaking living room with some friends, watching the International. Okay, I'm gonna enjoy it very much right here at home, but it's different, you know. It is different, and I don't know. I hope in the future I'll be able to attend something and feel as close to it as there's a chance for me to feel this year for Dota. But I don't know. Sucks, but that's life, isn't it? Yep, it is. And that's it. That's all I wanted to talk to you about today. Thank you so much for listening, as usual, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.